God of War creator David Jaffe keeps harassing beloved YouTuber Vara Dark. This has been going on for quite a few months now. It started, to my understanding, with David actually interrupting one of her streams, coming into her comments section during the stream and bothering her while she was working. I don't like when women call men creeps, but his behavior is 100% creepy. He is obsessed with the way this woman looks. He's obsessed with the money that she's making. He's dude is obsessed. Little bro is obsessed. All right. He is obsessed 100%, and he's demanding attention. It's like, dude, even personally, I don't know what her type is. I can almost say with a 99% certainty that he's probably not it. But even if he did have a shot, he probably doesn't have one now based on his behavior and what he's doing. And people are like angry. I think you're going, no, this dude is into her. No freaking way that this dude is not at least somewhat into her for him to be constantly obsessed with this woman's appearance and then and harassing her all over the internet. I'm just being real about that. But yeah, guys, we're gonna jump into the video, and don't forget to follow us on Rumble. You never really know what can happen on this platform, so follow us over on Rumble, just in case, so you'll never lose access to our content. And now let's just go ahead and jump right into the video after a word from Angry's Crypto Academy.
On the internet because of my hair, my face, and my gender. And of course, there are a lot of other content creators who talk about the same topics that I do and have very similar opinions. And we have all been lumped into a group of anti-woke grifters, and we hate on all of these games, which is hilarious. But there are another group of people who love to just hate on us because of our existence. And now the mentally ill band of misfits, consisting of people like David Jaffe and Alyssa Mercante, are getting very angry that they are getting called out for a recent live stream, and that yes, Alyssa did seemingly completely destroy her lawsuit against Smash JT. But before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, I don't like to talk about drama on the internet. I just want to be able to play video games and talk about companies I think are doing good things or bad things. I want to be able to do my interviews and discuss things that I feel passionately about, but my face is constantly being used in these videos, and I think it's so funny, and then I feel like, oh, I'm going to respond because I see them getting completely and utterly ratioed. So last week, David Jaffe actually had Alyssa on his channel. I did a live stream where I talked about this, I guess we'll call it an interview, and he and Alyssa did get kind of wrecked for it because all she really did throughout it was either play the victim card or destroy her lawsuit, which really isn't a good look. And I'm all for people sitting down and having conversations, but you probably shouldn't be talking about a lawsuit when you're in the middle of one. And now David has decided to clear the air and, of course, attack content creators who have been discussing this. So I had put up a video where I, yes, had talked about it. And this wasn't even, of course, again, that long ago. Here's my video. He brought it up in his. It's the first thing that you see when it pops up. And like, I don't have a problem with people using my videos and like my content. I do not care. That's not why I'm pointing it out. But he then goes on to talk about Smash JT a little bit and this lawsuit, which David Jaffe loves to do this thing.
And just to be clear, she is not lying, because I've made countless videos using her content, and she has never once said anything about that. Not once whatsoever. I've discussed her content many times. So if just in case he wants to, like, they want to lie, that's absolutely not true whatsoever. Just pointing that out.
Where he pretends to not know people's names, which just makes him look like a pathetic loser. I personally always try to say people's names right. Of course, when I'm talking about like Japanese creators or Chinese creators, sure, there is bound to be instances where I mess up those names and I say, like, I hope I pronounce that correctly. But these are people that he's talked about multiple times. He said my name's like 8 different ways, and I decided to just post this very quick little video over on X to just kind of prove my point that he does this intentionally.
No, little bro is thirsty. He is, guys, as a man, like, this is, we know what it looks like when the little homie is desperate for attention. Okay. And this is the little homie right here. He's misbehaving. He's acting up. He's throwing a tantrum. He's deliberately mispronouncing her name, Vara Dark. How hard is that? So he's basically doing everything he possibly can to get her attention because there's a girl that he likes who doesn't like him. And by the way, how could she like you if you're constantly attacking her, bro? Like you have, like, I'm being so honest right now. Dude is desperate for attention. It is more. It is more than him simply, not liking her because of the things that she's saying and the content that she's making. Bro has a crush, doesn't know how to convey his feelings, doesn't know how to just be honest. He should have confessed privately, even if he got rejected. Honestly, if he did it privately, maybe it would have been it would have been better. Okay. But he wants to act out right now. He wants to keep doing this in public. And I feel like he's getting off. Like the more she basically pushes back against him and says something like, this guy is pathetic. I think that he gets like a high from it, because she's giving him attention that he would not be getting, otherwise. It's a form of narcissism. It's 100% a form of narcissism. And she has to stand up for herself, but at the same time, she's feeding him and giving him exactly what he wants. He's washed up. No one cares about David Jaffe. No one cares about his content. This dude is completely irrelevant and he's a brokey. Okay? He is a brokey right now, and he's using the attention to bring attention to himself, because for him, no attention is bad attention. That's how narcissists work. No attention is bad attention for a narcissist. Is bad attention for a narcissist, okay? Because they want the world to be focused upon them. So he's never really going to stop until he is stopped, until he's either taken off until he's either deplatformed, or he goes past the a point of no return, and law enforcement has to get involved, or the courts have to get involved and basically say, okay, little bro, you're not going to be allowed to talk anymore. Right? You're gonna have to go sit down and sit over there and think about it for a bit. All right? Because that's where it's headed right now, because this dude is absolutely mental. Absolutely mental. He does not have to do all of this. He does. And again, guys, let me know if you agree with me that this dude, there's a girl that he likes. He doesn't know how to convey himself. He doesn't know how to express himself properly. And that's why he's really out here doing this. All right. Because he knows that he likely would not have a chance with her. Let's just be very, very real. He's not working on himself. He's clearly not working on himself. He's not working in his health. He's not working on his wealth. He's not working on his relationships. Look at the kinds of people that he's working. He's hanging around: physical health, mental health. So he consciously, or at least subconsciously, knows that he's not going to land a girl like this. So he's going for the next best thing, which is bugging her, harassing her while she's at work, while she's making her money, so that she has to divert time and attention to him, and it makes him feel good. So he's the one gaining in this entire interaction. Because, guys, like this, you're dealing with a no one. You're dealing with someone who is now irrelevant and washed up, that no one was talking about. And him bothering Vara and screwing her and doing this type of thing is only getting him attention, and it's making him feel good on the inside, because that's how narcissists operate. That's how they operate. That's how they think. And by the way, guys, we all see what's going on. People like David, he's facing hard times. He's facing the financial crunch. We see the tariffs that are coming on now. Trump just imposed these tariffs, and everything is going downhill. So if you don't want to end up like David, you don't want to end up in a situation where you're broke. Now you have to go and, mess with talk smack to the girl that you like, just because, she's not going to like you back. And, 10 City is like, this is going to be a 10 City. I won't call him a 10 City warrior, because he's not a fighter like that. He may have created God of War, but he's not going to be dominating in 10 City. All right. Because Tyrone is the king of 10 City, and David will fall into line just like that. All right. All right. We all know that in 10 City, Tyrone is king. Jesus Christ is king, but Tyrone is king of 10 City. Tyrone is king of 10 cities, guys. So hard times are here. ATMs will stop working. Banks will chain their doors. Protect your wealth. Safeguard your future with crypto, so that you don't end up like David. You don't end up doing things like him. All right. And Angry's Crypto Academy will teach you how to buy, sell, trade, and invest in crypto. We'll tell you exactly which coins will mint you millionaires and how to spot potential coins to invest in. Don't miss out. The Academy is linked in the description of the video so that you don't end up broke and desperate like some individuals who have to now go onto YouTube and bother content creators because no one wants to talk, no one wants to deal with them anymore. No one wants to pay attention to them anymore. So this is all that they have. This is literally all that they have.
Vara Dark. But side scores, or at least stuttering Craig, that guy, I have massive issues with.
He's gone onto people's channels like Stutter and Craig's, like Side Scrollers. You think he would know his name. You'd think after talking about me multiple times, like he wouldn't spell it wrong in titles.
I mean,
and
educate.
When he's talking about Smash JT, again, when that name is right in front of his face and it's clearly not hard to pronounce, that he would actually try to say it right, but he constantly talks about how he's so intelligent, yet he does these things seemingly intentionally.
Yeah, because he's desperate for attention. He's desperate for attention, right? Like this video that Vara's doing right now, he's basically at home, like celebrating, like, oh my gosh, she's talking about me. You know, like this, I'm so serious. Like he is extremely happy. He probably has like a Vara Dark doll that he made, like a voodoo doll.
Regardless of that, he did put up this video and he's talking about the lawsuit, but his own clips completely prove us right that she did destroy her lawsuit, or at least severely damaged it. This is just one single clip that he uses, and it gives you all the information you need to know about this interview.
Yeah. Years and years ago, when I first graduated from postgrad, I probably did it not very long. It kind of gave me the ick.
Right.
And I've openly spoken about it, but it was getting twisted, and it still is twisted to where people believe not only that I was a prostitute, which is very different, but that I have performed sexual acts to get my job.
So she says that, but yet she has said in the past, and I quote Alyssa straight from her social media, somebody said, "How did you get into the gaming industry?" And she responded with, "I sucked dick."
You see, there you guys go. A lot of these ladies, they have a past in the adult industry. They 100% have a past in the adult industry. You know, Gamergate 1 literally started because you had a game journalist who was giving favorable coverage to a woman on the left that he was having a relationship with. And before OnlyFools, there were other platforms. I won't mention it, but it was called a like Control Alt Delete Girls, if you get what I'm getting at. I can't say the word. And she was on, she like basically, I think it was that platform. Like she did pictures for them. She did pictures, I believe it was for them or someone similar. And it's like, you know, bro, you're out here doing this kind of thing. You're out here basically hooking up with different people to get covered. Like she put out a game and he gave her favorable coverage for the game, and he did not disclose the fact that they were in a relationship. And we're all supposed to sit here and think that they're not interconnected. You know, I can't even remember what her name was. Who's the woman who set the whole damn thing off? But you know, it's just ridiculous what these people do. So Alyssa knows, and she basically is admitting that she was involved in this type of work. She's like, it's very different. I was not a evening delight. You know, it was very, very different. What I did was, you know, it was sweet and loving, and you know, maybe money was involved, maybe money was exchanged, but it was not in a contractual sense. You know, I mean, I had to get my money, they had to pay, but you know, it's still different. You know, and of course someone like David would be like, listen, you don't have to explain yourself to them. All right, we all know that you were not, that what you were doing was something completely different, and you know, you did what you had to do to survive, and you know, we're just glad that you're okay, and you're doing well. Guys, these are the types of people that are writing gaming articles. These are the types of people that are going after us, that are trying to silence us. These are the type of people that do not like us and that have that silently took over the gaming industry, and that's the reason why video games absolutely are garbage right now. Yeah, they're the ones to blame for games looking like complete trash. They're the ones to blame for games just being not being fun to play anymore. Because games used to be awesome. Games used to be 100% awesome, and then these people took over the industry. They took over the industry, and it now female characters are no longer beautiful. Male characters are no longer masculine, and the modern audience celebrates this garbage. And this is the reason why so many games are flopping right now, and so many gaming studios are collapsing. Marvel Rivals, just want to point this out to you guys, is doing absolutely phenomenal. It is 100% killing it right now. So with Marvel Rivals, you have characters that are beautiful female characters, masculine looking males. And something very interesting that happened recently, with Marvel Rivals, and I'll show you guys on the screen. This is a screenshot that I took. So this is the first time something like this has happened. Marvel Rivals overtook pretty much every game to become the second most played game on Steam. So this actually happened on February 2nd, 2020, February 2nd, 2025. This happened. So it just happened. And if you look, so there's the peak. So we have the peak 24-hour number of players. So, all right. But if you look at the number of players that were playing at that exact moment, there were 374,000 people playing, and it overtook DOTA 2, Source, and Banana. And it was the only game that had more people playing at that time was Counter-Strike 2. Counter-Strike is the most popular game on Steam. It's the most popular PC game, period. All right. Nothing overtakes Counter-Strike. And Marvel Rivals was number 2. Marvel Rivals, just to be very clear, just came out. This game just came out. We'll even look at the date. I'll tell you the date that it came out. But it literally just came out very, very recently. It was released on December 6th, 2024. So it's barely 2 months out. It's barely 2 months old right now. Not even full 2 months yet. And it has already overtaken all of these other games. All right. To hold that top spot. It is ranking higher than even GTA 5. So, and they're releasing tons and tons of characters for this game, rapidly releasing new characters for this game. The females are beautiful, the males are masculine, and this is just showing you that the tides are beginning to turn, and this is what people want. These are the kinds of games that people actually want to play. They don't want to play mind virus games, with where the women have these big chins, and it's like clearly is a dude. Ubisoft, for example, is not going to be around in its current form, at least, going forward, like a year from now, or even after 2025, because they are cooked. They are 100% cooked with games like Assassin's Creed Shadows. People are sick and tired of these woke games. Ghost of Yotai, that game is going to flop so hard. And all Sony is going to be able to do in their response is raise their prices. And they're gonna, guys, this is what's gonna happen. This is the reason why the PlayStation 5, which should not cost, the PlayStation 5 right now should not cost more than $299, $349 at best for the version without the disc, and $399 for the version with the disc. There's no reality where the PlayStation 5 should still cost $500 or $440, because they raised the price. $450 for the disc version, $450 for the disc version, and $500 for the $450 for the one without the disc and disc drive, and $500 for the one with the disc drive. There's no reality where it should ever cost that amount of money. And the reason why this is happening is because of all the flops. It's because they lost, like close to $1 billion on one game known as Concord, because they keep on losing money rapidly on all the live service games that they've invested in. And they're guys, people are not buying these games. Microsoft is losing money rapidly, but the only reason why they're staying afloat right now is because they bought Activision, so they have all of that Call of Duty money coming in, and it continues to remain multi-platform. So, and they're putting all of their games on different platforms now. So that's how they're making their money. And don't be and they're also raising the price for older games so that they can just basically keep on milking it that way, because no one wants to play these modern games. They released Ninja Gaiden Black, but they stripped out tons of content for it from this remastered version. And they also changed the character models, where they made the boobs of women in the game smaller. So they absolutely censored some aspects of the game. It's crazy. It's really, really crazy what we are witnessing and what we are seeing. And Western society is tired of it. Western society is so sick and tired of this trash. Okay. And this is why people like David Jaffe, or however the hell David Jaffe, you don't want you to talk, don't want people to talk. They want to silence people like Vara, because they basically have that woke mindset. And they're losing people that don't want to listen to them anymore. They've lost money, they've lost influence, and you're dealing with people who are now basically broke, and they're struggling out there. And instead of like learning to adapt, maybe apologize, change, they've gone down this path, and there's no real road back for them, because they've gone too far. They've basically destroyed every possible bridge. A lot of these people on the left, they won't survive in these communities. All right, like no one trusts them anymore. No one trusts them anymore, and it does not take much for, like, for example, like some of these people who are leaving IGN right now. All they have to do is be seen with someone like David Jaffe or Elisa Mercante. All they have to do is be seen with these people, and their career is destroyed, because people are going to say, oh, so you're one of them, you're a part of that band. Okay, yeah, I don't care about your reviews, I don't care what you think, I am not going to buy any game that you recommend. All right, your time in the gaming industry is done. And these people are just like finding different ways to like live off others, getting loans and grants. A lot of these people are going to end up homeless. A lot of these people are going to find themselves doing Tent City. If you don't want to end up in Tent City, by the way, like I said, you should be focusing on crypto, investing in crypto, learning about crypto, and Angry's Crypto Academy is something that will actually help you to do that. We have a sale going on in Angry's Crypto Academy right now related to the tariffs, because we're facing a massive blackout. Canada can turn off the power in the US. We get a lot of our power in some states, up to 95% of our power in some states comes from Canada. So we may be facing a blackout or energy crisis. So, guys, you should. And right now the crypto markets actually went down, so people are basically panic selling because they're broke, they're afraid of the tariffs, so they're trying to come up with as much money as they can. This creates a massive buying opportunity for people who are sitting out and waiting to get into crypto. Right now is when you should be getting in. You should be buying the dip, learning, and you should also learn how to do day trading. We have the day trading blueprint for dummies in the Crypto Academy, where we teach you how to day trade crypto. You can make hundreds of dollars day trading crypto, and we teach you the simplest methods that are effective so that you can make a living. You're not trying to become a millionaire doing it. You can make easily $40,000 to $80,000 a year doing simple trades, working an hour a day. And we teach you all of those things at the academy. But guys, don't stall. Don't stall, because waiting is a path towards hardship and suffering. Because right now it's literally about survival. It is surviving extremely hard and treacherous times that are now coming, guys. Ask you something. When the banks collapse, and trust me, it's coming, will you be ready? Imagine waking up to ATMs that don't work, bank doors chained shut, and millions of people left with nothing. No cash, no access to their savings, and no way to survive. But it doesn't have to be that way for you. That's why I created Angry's Crypto Academy, to teach you everything you need to know about crypto so you can protect yourself and your family. You'll learn how to buy, sell, and even day trade crypto for a living. Plus, we alert you to new crypto trends so you can profit before everyone else even knows what's happening. Right now, I've just published an exclusive investment guide inside the Academy, and it's linked in the description below. In it, I reveal the one coin that could make you a millionaire. A coin so revolutionary, it could change everything. If you missed out on Bitcoin and Ethereum, this is your second chance. This isn't just about financial freedom, it's about survival. When the system collapses and everyone else is selling, you'll be the one buying, prepared to weather the storm and thrive while others struggle to survive. Don't wait. This knowledge isn't optional, it's critical. The link's in the description. Go check it out now.
I am of the belief that if you are a man or a woman and you want to sell pictures of your body online, you can. It's your body, it's your choice. As long as you're posting those pictures on the proper platform, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't think that Twitch hot tub streamers should be a thing. I think that those people should not be in hot tubs humping pool floaties. That's just my opinion, though. I mean, Twitch allows it, so it is what it is. Get your bag, ladies. But she has said in the past that she has sucked dick, and that is how she got into the industry. Now, she, of course, has said, oh, it's a joke. It wasn't that serious. And sure, maybe that's the case. But the fact that she said this with total and complete confidence and thinks that it still cannot be used against her is mind-boggling. And there are multiple things within this 3-hour-long interview that she did that really points to her ultimately hurting her case. While she Shirley tries her best to twist herself into a pretzel with logic to explain this away, the reality is her case has no case. It's as empty as the brains of some of these folks out there, and if Mercante continues this frivolous case against me, she will continue to be reminded why she is in the wrong every step of the way. So as it says, the lawsuit, as many have called it, which centered on allegations that she was somehow defamed by being referred to as a cam girl or whore, her own words initially, mind you, now seem to be on the verge of collapse due to her very own words once again. If she had went into this conversation with him and just simply talked about her thoughts on like a sweet baby, or talked about her thoughts on the state of the industry and layoffs, yes, she probably would have still gotten roasted for it because people disagree with her, but ultimately she wouldn't have damaged her image even more and potentially damaged this case. Now, obviously, I'm not part of this lawsuit. I don't know all of the ins and outs of, what she plans to say or how far she plans to take this. And on the flip side, I am somebody who has been clearly paying a lot of attention to it, and this does not look good for her. And it also doesn't look good for Jaffe that he is trying his hardest to defend her, and his videos getting ratioed 108 likes to 366 dislikes. And honestly, this is sad to see that David Jaffe, somebody who used to be so relevant within the industry, feels that he has to farm content creators to try to get a little bit of interaction, because he could just talk about his time in the industry and talk about his thoughts on certain things going on without going after content creators, but that's not what he's doing. He's clearly trying to make a few bucks. That's perfectly fine. He can do whatever he wants. Like, I'm sitting here responding to this, but again, I'm responding to it because I'm directly involved in the situation, and that's just how people are going to react. Now, he is, getting ratioed. There are tons of comments from people either roasting him or roasting Alyssa, like, oh, look, here comes Jaffe swooping in at the last minute to defend the bad guy. Please stop embarrassing yourself. And again, he doesn't even know all of the facts or all of the information. The only thing that you said was true, I am not a lawyer. Dude, can you just be old and do old guy stuff? You've got no business defending these people. Such a waste of your time. And the same response is what you will find over on his X post. So the guy Alyssa just sued, which she didn't just sue him, but okay, a guy who clearly has a vested interest in winning the case. Yeah, typically when people get sued, they want to win. Is he just learning this for the first time? Claims that things she said when she was on my show last week destroyed her lawsuit, and so many people seem to just believe him? Yeah, because we have a trail of evidence that points to ultimately her looking incorrect and looking like she's just trying to play the victim when she doesn't actually have a case, or she is destroying her case even further. Yikes. My brother in Christ, I hope you're actually reading the replies under your comments. She's not some innocent victim of targeted harassment. You need to look beyond the lawsuit she filed, the one you keep telling people to read. The lawsuit itself proves nothing. That remains to be seen. Meanwhile, Smash has been openly documenting the harassment and smear campaign he's faced from her and her associates. His own lawyer already addressed her baseless claims in a cease and desist she sent. Don't just take her word as truth because she's woke and a woman. You're clearly white knighting, but I suppose expecting you to be a genuinely neutral party is too much. Real innocent people don't rally others to push a narrative, which, yeah.
And, I said this already. I said that, because she's woke and a woman, referring to Alyssa Mercante. If this was happening to any other woman other than Vara, there would, the Sims and the internet would be up in arms, and, they would be canceled by now. But because Vara is on the other side of the table and is not in agreement with them, this is what's happened. I told you guys that a lot of these individuals, they work as agents of the state, and they push this woke ideology and destruction of masculinity, destruction of femininity, and the agenda of the state. And when a woman does not go along with that, the state basically allows its agents to do these types of things. David Jaffe, he's an agent. All right. Mercante, she's an agent. And their goal is to demoralize, to humiliate, and to divide. And basically by doing these things, they are then rewarded by the state itself. All right. Those who do not like us, who wish to control us and want to silence us. That's how these people survive. Okay? That's how they absolutely survive. So it's an absolute disgrace what Alyssa is doing, what David has been doing. And it's so crazy because you're dealing with people who clearly have mental health issues. So it's like, this is something that, what's his name? George Carlin said so many years ago. He said, never argue with stupid people. All right? Because they will defeat you with experience. And he was so damn right about it. All right, because all we are doing right now when we respond to these people is we're giving them time, we're giving them attention. But the problem is that if you don't respond to them, then they'll start slandering you and spreading lies. It's a catch-22. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, and all you can really do is basically put them on blast and drag them into the light and show that they are liars and they are trying to defame you and destroy your reputation, because they have literally nothing else going for themselves.
Yes. I mean, this is all very true. I don't know why this is so hard for some people to understand. Please don't get into this. It doesn't concern you and just let it go. The lawsuit is between them. I love you, but stay out of this, please. I would if people were not making videos saying that her coming on my show and talking to me harmed her case, especially when after reading the lawsuit and talking with her for 3 hours, I don't know what the fuck these people are on about. Maybe you should actually listen to my video. Maybe you should actually listen to Smash's video. Maybe you should actually read his article. Maybe you should take in a little bit more information than just what Alyssa Mercante is telling you. Yes, her going on your show did make her look even worse. And when you were in the middle of a lawsuit and you yap for 3 hours about how you've been the target of a harassment campaign, ultimately all of that can and probably will be used against you. So let me get this straight. Someone who's getting sued should not have a vested interest in winning a case. Also, maybe if Alyssa sues someone for defamation for saying she stripped for money, she shouldn't, go on a show and say that she stripped for money. So yes, I mean, her lawsuit is frivolous, and I do think that there is a lot of information that he clearly just does not know, but he probably shouldn't even get into this anymore. He should probably just let it go back to talking about games. He could, again, talk about the time he was actually relevant within the industry instead of constantly trying to put himself in the middle of controversies. But ultimately, yes, there are people that believe that she went on the show and damaged her case. If that actually is the truth, we will see. But when she admits that she did something that in a lawsuit she's saying is defamation, it is definitely not.
Now, guys, I will just say this. At the end of the day, this dude has just kept going and going and going. And it's like unstoppable. He will not stop, can't stop, won't stop. And it's because we all can see why he's doing this.
Not a good look for her, but that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike.
I mean, guys, do you agree? Little bro clearly has a crush. He clearly has a crush. There's a girl that he likes, and he doesn't know how to talk to her, so he's now being mean to her, and he's become irrelevant. So he's also trying to get attention from not just her, but from pretty much everyone around him. Because he has not been relevant in decades. God of War was like 20 years ago. All right, I was in high school when that game came out, and I'm now going on 42. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts regarding all of this and what you think really should be done, and your thoughts on David Jaffe's behavior. And if you agree that there's more than meets the eye with this guy. All right, little bro has a crush. Little bro has a crush. Let me know your thoughts. We'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA. Man, walking away, and cheers.
Nothing says you care like crypto. Nothing can compare. Nothing says you care like crypto. Oh, nothing can compare to crypto.